Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be starting something really exciting. I've decided to do a series which will focus on talking about what you need to learn in every rank of Rocket League. The series is going to start at bronze and silver and then progressively work its way towards Grand Champ. And who knows, maybe we'll even throw in some tips for Supersonic Legend if I can get there myself. The series aims to help you become a better player through the implementation of tips and strategies from a 5-time Grand Champion. My aim here is to provide you with the most up-to-date content that you can continually look back on to progress through the ranks. So without further ado, I welcome you to the first video of the series. Okay, so let's dive straight into the first step. You've just downloaded the game, loaded it up, go straight into training, then into settings. You'll see in settings there are a lot of tabs to go through. Don't be overwhelmed. Once you adjust these, they will virtually stay like this forever. The most important tab is camera, where we're going to find a lot of settings which need changing. For starters, you want to turn camera shake off. This setting will really hinder your performance, and it's just a setting that is downright annoying and better to have it off. Secondly, from field of view down to transition speed, you'll want to change these to something similar to mine, or even search up some of the pros of the game and see which camera setting feels best for you. So next on the list is adjustments under the controls tab. For me personally and a lot of high-end players, turning controller vibration off is something that just makes the gameplay feel a lot smoother. After that, click on change keybinds. Now, this is likely to be the most important part of this video. You need to change your air roll and power slide to a button that feels comfortable for you. Generally people will go with L1 on the controller for both power slide and air roll, as you can't use both at the same time, but it is really convenient to have them on the same keybind. For myself, this was one of the biggest mistakes, and to this day I cannot shake the habit of having air roll on left trigger, which is something that I've really had to work with in the high ranked lobbies because I can't wave dash when I need to. Okay, so next up is video settings. These really come down to the individual preference, but if there was one suggestion from me, it would be to always have VSync turned off, as it causes a noticeable amount of input lag from the controller to the game. I have most of my advanced settings turned off, as I prefer the look and feel of the game with these settings. If you're a player that is well above these ranks, I'm aware that there are definitely some more changes in the settings menu that needed to be addressed, but I don't want to completely overwhelm a new player with too much information, so I deliberately left out some of the not so necessary adjustments. These will more than likely be touched on in through later episodes of the series. Okay, so now we've covered settings, we can move on to some actual gameplay. I'm going to go over 3 key strategies which are super basic, but are going to have you learning essential fundamentals very quickly. So let's dive into number 1, free play. Free play is something that I seriously neglected when I first started playing the game. Just go into free play and start chasing the ball around. Don't worry about using a dodge or trying to jump around hitting the ball. All I want you to do here is simply drive around, trying to make as much contact with the ball as possible, getting used to your new camera settings and controls. Some good habits to learn early on are using your power slide and learning to toggle the ball camera on and off. Learning how to do these techniques will help form some of the most complex parts of Rocket League, such as dribbling and learning how to flick the ball off the roof. So number 2 is training packs. This is going to be your bread and butter when it comes to learning how to shoot. There are loads of different variances in here just for the beginner, which is more than enough to get you started. So for starters, I wanted to touch on the different ways to shoot. The first way demonstrated in the freeze frame is simply driving up to the ball and hitting it. This type of hit is generally used when you need the ball to lift off the ground for a clear, or you want to take a shot at goal with some serious speed. The power of this shot is very proportional with how quickly you are going. So as we can see, I've used boost this time and I'm in supersonic speed when I hit the ball, shown by these lines here, which is max speed in game. Because of this speed, I am able to hit the ball a lot quicker and further down the pitch. The next way to shoot is by using your jump button and then using it again to push yourself into the ball. This is generally the best shot in most situations, simply because of how versatile it is. As you can see, this type of shot allows us to angle the ball and shoot for the corners of the goal. While it's generally not as fast as the first style of shot, this in most cases is the better option because of how much you can adjust the placement of the shot. Last but definitely not least is bots. Playing against bots is so underrated. In fact, a lot of high level players still do this to warm up today. You can make the bots as good or as bad as you like, and it allows you to simulate real games. If you put the bots on their easiest difficulty, then you'll be able to get a lot of touches on the ball while practicing your shooting, power slide, ball camera, and just in general all of your new keybinds and camera settings that we went over. With all of that being said guys, that is going to conclude the first episode of my new series. Stay tuned and I'll be back soon with my next video on how to get through the dreaded gold ranks and finally break into platinum.